Hi everyone, this is Sheila. It is Thursday, January 11th, where I am. And we just started the video at 11:11. So everybody take a deep breath and allow yourself to really feel that inner energy, connect to the world, connect to the vibration, connect to yourself, and know that you do have guidance, you do have support, and you're not alone. So as I was just looking outside at a beautiful mild day here where we are, thankfully, because we had a really cold spell and it's a bit icy and it's rain is coming in, but all the birds are at my bird feeders, which is wonderful. I love it. And the Earth Magic Oracle card said, pick me, it's time to do a mini reading. So I thought I would use a live again because it seemed to go well for my first one. Thank you to everybody who came by, who popped in, who commented, who visited and watched afterwards. It means the world to me, and I hope that it's helpful and it brings you insight. All right, so Earth Magic Oracle cards, Stephen Farmer, a Hay House production, publisher. So let's look and see what they want to give us today on this 11th day of the 18 year, and we're in the 11th hour. I'm in Eastern Canada for anybody elsewhere who might catch this or watch this. So that's what our time zone is. So it's winter here, and it's definitely winter. Lots of snow, another 20 centimeters to come on the weekend. So we are in full winter mode. Whew. Okay, so when I shuffle, I usually stop when I feel as though the cards want attention, when they make me feel like I can't shuffle anymore, or when they really feel highlighted. So the card for today, oh, I love oracle cards, they crack me up, is Rain, Purification. Let me get it over here. Sorry, play with the camera. All right, so the Purification. Hope you can see it okay. And it's fun doing live because the cards actually look the right way around. When I do a YouTube video, they're the wrong way. So things I'm learning. I appreciate you joining me for this adventure. So rain. So where I am, we are going into a mild phase. There is going to be rain coming up in the next little while. And today, tomorrow, we're in a rainy phase, which is interesting because we're January, we are winter, and we've been at sort of minus 20 for about 10 days. Then we came up, got milder, and now we're doing a full switch into rain. And I know there's some other places, heartfelt feelings go out to Southern California with their floods, with mudslides, thinking of them and hoping that people are staying secure there and they get all the help that they need. I have a friend who lives in that region, so I'm thinking of all of you and hoping that you're safe and secure. So rain, in this context, is purification. And it's part of what nature does, right? Sometimes it comes through and it bowls through and it does things that we as humans go, oh my goodness, how could it do that? It's horrendous, it's horrible, it causes damage. But at other times, it is actually necessary. It's part of the cleanup that the world needs to do. It's part of something that we don't maybe understand in nature if we're not very connected with it. Now, in our personal lives, this purification can come in as well when we really need to be making a shift. And that's what it feels like in this context, is it's saying, okay, so where have you been going? And what is a big turnaround that you need to do? So is your direction not quite right for you? And bowling through can be great, but this feels as though it's saying, okay, take a step back and look at what's in front of you. Look at where the flow is going. Look at where the river and the stream naturally goes. And look at where you are going. Are they the same? Are they different? Is there an adjustment that needs to be made? And if nature in your world, however you think about it for your own life, whether you think about it as divine guidance, as God, as universal energy, or as your highest self giving you nudges and tweaks, however you think about it, if it were to give you a downpour of water, almost flood-like levels of water, where would the flood water push you? Or where would it take you if you're looking out ahead? Would it take you where the little river has been going? Or would it take you somewhere that you totally didn't expect? Now that may sound a little cryptic, sounds a little cryptic as I'm saying it, but what I think the main point of it feels as though is that if you had to be pushed, if nature and your own life and your own guidance was saying, okay, you're not hearing the little subtle, gentle rain, the helpful, nice water flow. So if things became more of a torrent, if things became more of a real purification level, where would it take you? If it washed you down river, if it dragged you along, where would it take you? But now it's giving the opportunity to say, can we shift? Can we purify? Can we make adjustments without it actually being part of that torrent of water? Can you actually do it in your own way because you take a step back and then look forward and say, all right, where do I need to go next? And it can be really tough for humans. It can be really, really difficult because we have to get very honest. We have to get very raw. We have to get very open with ourselves and with the people around us. And we're not always really good at doing that. We haven't learned that very well, most of the humans that I know and that we see online and we see in news and all these kind of things. So the rain, the purification. And don't forget that water is also essential for life. It is such a necessity for the majority of life on this planet. And when you think about looking at other planets, they're looking for, could there have been life? Was there life? Is there life? All right. And they're looking at, part of it is the essence of water. So what do you need to know about the water in your life? And what I feel here is, it's, are you drinking enough water? Are you bringing in enough of this vital, it's giving me the words energy, it's giving me the words powerhouse, it's giving me the words nutrients, which I know don't necessarily come with water, except for the hydrogen and the oxygen, but there's necessity in there that we have to have. So are you getting enough water? And then the second part of it feels as though, are you paying attention to some of the basics in your life? So when I think about rain, when I think about water feeding nature and feeding people, I'm looking at, are you bringing in enough of the basics into your life that is actually going to allow your life to progress, that's going to allow your life to be enhanced, and then move forward in the way you want without it being a floodland, right? So basic water, basic nutrients, so the food, and then the self-care. Are you taking care of yourself? All right. And this is a message I've had in a few readings recently. Self-care, being aware, knowing what we need to have, knowing what we need to bring to ourselves. So what do you need to be? Thank you, Lisa. I see Lisa. Hi, Lisa. How you doing? Life force. She's talking about life force. And are you getting enough? Are you bringing in that energy? So take a deep breath right now and know that the life force is everywhere. If you just put out your hand in front of you, sorry, playing with the camera, it's there. The life force is there in your hand. One of the things I love at various conferences or places where they play with energy is the idea of rubbing your hands together and then feeling that tingle, feeling that life force, that energy that gets extended between the two hands. And that's part of your own energy. But then you bring that out to other people as well. So remember too that the water is a way for us to get connected with this life force, get connected with the basics of who we are as human entities living here, living a human life, but also that we are going to need that water as part of that electro energy balance, because it is such a vital conductor of connection. All right, so are we getting enough water? And then how are we looking at that water connection? I thought I was just going to do one card, so bear with me, the joy of cards. So we had the rain, the purification. I'm going to stay with the same deck though. So earth magic. So if you're with me, if you're watching this, take a deep breath, feeling. So what would be the next thing? Following up from the rain, following up from that energy. What else do we need to know? So shuffling. Take a deep breath. If you're watching this, feel that connection. Feel it down to your toes. Feel it in your system. Let it vibrate through you. I just got a tingly. Love it. All right, there we go. So in case you haven't seen the back of the cards, I will show you the back of this deck because it in itself is gorgeous with the grounding tree, the light, the water, little gems. And we're definitively in the water theme because our second card is the ocean, the ebb and flow of the ocean. Okay. A gorgeous card. Let me put down the deck. So it's really a gorgeous card because you have the sunrise or sunset, you've got the waves pounding, you've got a little bit of beach, and we know that off in the background, which you may not be able to see over here, is the calm of the water near the horizon, right? Blue skies with clouds. So we've gone from rain, the purification, into the ebb and flow, the ocean. So the water theme, definitely a water theme here today, all right? So the ebb and flow of the ocean feels a reminder that you ebb and flow as a human and as spirit energy all the time. If you're anything like me as a human and a spirit energy trying to live this life here now, 2018, with our past experiences, with future understanding, with the present moment, you may want it, like me, to be a little more stable, to be a little easier to understand, to just kind of get into that flow and that groove. And what this is reminding us is that with the flow comes the ebb. There is that adjustment. There is that coming and going. And that's part of the balance. That's part of the understanding of the water and the journey that we're on. Thank you, Lisa. She just mentioned the ebb and flow, that she refers to it a lot and that it's interesting for her. So super message for you, Lisa. Where are you referring to it? Where is it coming from for you that you can particularly pay attention to? And then remember that first card with the rain and the purification. So are things, as they're ebbing and flowing, are they doing too much? So is it pulling you and pushing you? Or are you just in a more gentle ebb and flow and allowing to be a part of it? So for others, this feels as though it's a reminder that it's not all going to be just straight sailing all the time. The water always plays, and we're always working with it and adjusting because of it. So I have not sailed a lot in my life, but this is really making me feel, think about people who sail, people who are out on boats, people who work with the water, who are part of that water system all the time for pleasure and for business. So there has to be a respect to the energy and the movement and the understanding of the water. So for some of us here today, it feels as though it's really that reminder that that ebb and flow is a natural part of us. And it's a natural part of this human life and also the spirit life, all the energy. So that life force that Lisa mentioned before, that energy, there is an ebb and flow. Things come and go, things shift. And if we can ride those waves and learn to respect what's being indicated, to respect where we want to make adjustments and how to do it with the water, or in this case, with the ebb and flow of the ocean and the life force energy, the divine guidance. Hi, Genevieve. Thanks for joining us. If we're able to make that connection, things will just be a lot easier. So it's a beautiful message for me today. I think for Lisa, hopefully for anybody else who pops on, who listens to this at another point. I hope that having this water connection 2 cards, water. So we started, or if you didn't see it, or if you're not watching the whole thing, the rain, purification, and then the ocean, the ebb and flow, were 2 cards for today, January 11th. So pay attention, get with that flow. So for anybody who knows me, maybe we should all let's just do the little flow dance. Genevieve and I were talking about being on a dance floor. So we'll do the little flow dance, all right? And talking about feeling that life energy. So remember that we can hold it in our hands, we can breathe the life force, and we connect with it all the time. So wherever you are today, I invite you to feel that ebb and flow of nature, of life force, of connection. You bring it to me every time you allow me to do these cards for you. The cards bring it for me every time they connect. They nudge and say, come on, time to do our reading. And I am blessed. So I am wishing you a gorgeous and beautiful day. If you're where it's icy, walk carefully. If you're where it's muddy, I wish you healing, and I wish that you're going to receive all the tools and all the help that you need. And if you're somewhere where it's gorgeous and sunny and bright, whether it's snowy or warm, I wish you the best. We play a lot with weather. That's part of our ebb and flow. So that's part of this human experience. And I hope that you have a beautiful day. And I look forward to touching base the next time. I love your comments. I love your feedback in private or on the post. And all the best to you. So it's Sheila Bicknell, BlueWater Oracle. And today I was using the Earth Magic Oracle cards. The Rain, Purification, and the Ocean, Ebb and Flow cards. They're by Dr. Stephen Farmer. You can follow him on Facebook as well. And he has a website, earthmagic.net, and it's also published by hayhouse.com. And you can find me on Facebook, BlueWater Oracle, as well as my website, bluewateroracle.com. And I'm also on Pinterest, and hopefully coming soon to Instagram, if I can figure it out. Of course, you can get in touch, bluewater100@gmail.com, or message me. Wishing you all the best. Beautiful day. Remember, we started this at 11:11. So take a moment to breathe. Take a moment to wish, to find your desires, even if it's just for the next 5 minutes. What do you desire? Sheila Bicknell, BlueWater Oracle, signing off. Have a gorgeous day. Bye. You're welcome, Lisa. You're welcome, Stephanie. Thank you for joining. Take care.